So our goal is to get to the PGA Tour. I think we've established that pretty well on this channel so far. And one of the ways to get there, which I am attempting this week, is Q School for the Americas Tour. Usually anywhere from 100 to 145 people start the week. Top 10 get starts this week. Top 25 get a conditional card. Number 1 gets full status.
Hi, I'm Jason, good friend of Ben's. You can call me JP. And in this particular role this week, I'm a caddy. Golf's hard. It's a hard game, and it can be made to look very, very easy by very, very skilled golfers.
This is a big week for the tour. This is kind of the week we've been building up to for a long time. This is Q School. This is the week where I could be without a job for another however many months, or I could get my card and have starts and have something to really get rolling. So this is a big turning point in the year. Are we gonna be playing on PGA Tour Americas, or are we gonna be right back in Palm Beach playing on mini tours? Let's find out.
Finally made it 2 days before Q School. We're gonna play a little 9-holer here in a bit, but first we gotta warm up. I paid for a range token, but I don't think I picked it up off the counter. I had to go back to the pro shop. I like this course a lot. It's super long from the tips. It's like 7,700 yards. It's kind of insane, but we don't play it all the way back. We play it a good distance though, probably 72-ish, 7,300 yards. But distance is going to be a premium this week. We are going to have to get some bug spray. I heard some guys in the pro shop coming in asking for bug spray. They're sold out. So that ought to tell you something. Not a lot of wind here, tends to be pretty calm. I think the only element we're really gonna have to deal with this week is rain, which is fine. So we got that little zero deal. When I see rain on the forecast now that we have all the zero stuff, zero restriction that is, I almost get excited because it feels like we have an advantage. We'll call it around 40 hours until we start this tournament. I'm not sure what my tee time is, but our goal this week is starts, so top 10. If we finish in the top 10, we're guaranteed starts for this year. As we saw last year, you finish conditional, probably not gonna get much. This tour is pretty crowded. I feel pretty solid about it. I mean, like, doing a lot of this lately, just getting lined up perfect. I feel like we kind of realized my alignment's a little wonky, so been lining up perfect, feeling really stable, just kind of turning around this right here. I think for the most part, like sticking to the game plan, sticking to decade, and just not freaking out is kind of the main thing. You know, the talent's there, just got to make sure I keep my head in it.
The pressure, if I had to compare it to something in like everyday life, it would be a job interview, right? Because everybody's trying to get the job of PGA Tour player. Of the 125 people that try, 9 get through.
You got to work with the emotions of your player. I think you got to be in sync with them. You're going to make a mistake. Really good players rarely make 2 in a row.
I think the mini driver's better on this tee box, just because it's a draw hole. And I forgot when we were going through the overview, but we move up a box on this tee. So from the front tee box, it's like 280 to go through the fairway. Gotta try to find some pin locations around here. Part of the decade system is figuring out where you don't want to miss so you can play away from it. The ball speed's good, spin's good. We still got the 44-inch driver in the bag. I think it was certainly a good build. Yeah, so Randy and I talked a lot about like trying to stabilize this trail side, and he said you have to be the most stable player in the field with your speed. My swing thoughts right now are good body lines, solid rotation, quiet hands and arms. I think feeling movement in my hand and arms is only going to add issues when the pressure starts tacking on. So this is an 89-yard shot. We hit it 89 yards. There's no wind, there's no other elements, just 89-yard carry, and it came up 1 yard short, which means that from that fairway, it plays exactly 1 yard uphill. It's kind of cool. Course is basically just how I remember it. It's going to be a good test, I think, this week. Definitely a lot of birdies out there to be made. good thing is we're going to make plenty of them. I think actually like a good goal, actually I guarantee this, if we stay present all week, if we stay like just thinking about what's the next shot I got to hit, we're going to get our starts. I'm 100% sure of that.
I've played Q School here twice. This was actually the first place I got my card. I finished like 6 under in my last 10 holes. My Q School where I qualified here was like kind of the first time in my golf career where I really felt like I stepped up to the plate and hit it out of the park. There's something about this golf course, there's something about the back nine specifically, like the closing stretch of holes that I feel really confident in. I think it's going to be a really solid week, and I'm excited to see what we can put together. I know this is just America's Q School. It's AA baseball, whatever level you want to call it. If you can compete and earn starts at this Q School, like you're good enough. My first Q School, I played with a guy by the name of Cam Young, and I was very, very impressed with his game. He didn't play very good, truth be told. I think he ended up shooting a few over at that Q School, didn't get his card. And then 2 years later, he's playing on the Ryder Cup team.
Ben and I have we have a little bit of history together. We were at another qualifying tour event, lucky enough to do that as well up in Canada. Best described to be a very sort of up and down week. We had an incredible round and in unbelievably difficult conditions and shot an amazing number. And then another day you can have pretty light conditions, and then it was a really hard struggle just to shoot even par.
Day 2 in Dothan, Alabama, official practice round day. Hoping we can figure out a way to sneak off the back nine, because I played the front yesterday. I played this course plenty of times. I really just want to play the back, get a nice practice in, and then get home, get some rest, because it's going to be a long week. We got a 7:30 tee time tomorrow, but right now we got to warm up to get through. Little 90-yard shot downwind, and I kind of feel like with the uphill slope, I probably need a little extra. That's the thing I like about this golf course is like even if you're in the fairway, the lies are all like there's a lot of undulating lies.
That kind of gray tree, the highlighted tree? Yeah, the highlighted tree. Yep. That and send it. That's going to be so good.
It's going to be a good week.
It's been about a 6-month project. These Always Press two-tone hats, but they are here. They are fantastic quality. I'm loving the way these have turned out. Always Press branded, like these are the first. This is pretty surreal, actually. It's been a long time coming. We finally have these. We got the blue, we got the navy, we got the black, we got the green. And hey, if you want to try 2 of them out, 2 hats will get you free shipping. So feel free to stack them up, get you a couple colorways if you're not sure which outfits you want to wear these hats with. Just a nice twill hat, very simple, very solid, and they're very on the website right now. Buy 2, get free shipping. Buy 1, buy a towel. It's basically $65 or more free shipping on the website anywhere in the US. So go get it. Basically no reasons not to buy. You're supporting your favorite channel as well. Always Press is my company, it's Jalen's company. This is kind of what keeps the videos coming. So if you like the videos, you're gonna like these hats even more. Thank you guys.
Through 6, they blew the horn again. I think we're just gonna walk 7, 8, 9. I've played this course a bunch. Honestly, I think I value being well rested and well prepared over just like playing a bunch of golf holes that I've already played before. JP's pushing me a little bit in areas where maybe I wouldn't be so aggressive, and I'm sure Scott appreciates that. Like that right there, I probably would have never gone for that, but JP kind of forced me to hit the shot, and we wound up with a 15-footer for eagle. So I think if we have some stuff like that all week where he just kind of encourages me to stay the course, hopefully he doesn't have to find as many provisionals this year.
I've played Highland Oaks in Dothan, Alabama a number of times, and there's just a few tee shots that I've never really felt super comfortable over. So I hopped on a Zoom call with Scott Fawcett, the creator of Decade. We got my dispersions, and we got working on exactly what the right tee shot was for each one of those holes.
What do we want to do here? You want to do 3, 20, and 70?
Let's do 30, 90, and 50, because I like having the 40-yard splits last time around.
This becomes a spot where it's like, if you can't do any of these numbers anyways, it doesn't matter because you're not good enough. That's when people all the time are like, mine's wider. I'm like, well, then you need to get better. But if you're going to actually do this and compete, these numbers need to work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're not. It's going to be tough to make it through Q school if you're not able to hit it into a 70-yard wide avenue. I think I can manage 70.
Are you driver on this one?
Driver on that one. Yep. 4 is a par 4. I want to talk about 5. So this is an interesting one because driver, obviously gets you closer. It looks like it's wide enough. It brings out of bounds into play, and I don't really.
So, and this is where the decision tree. Start of their 65 yards, yes. Does the fairway pinch to less than 40? It sounds like it starts getting there potentially. Can you carry a hazard on one side with driver? No, which now is, again, we're kind of working our way down into here. When I say you'll be left with a wedge or less, like I'm thinking 120 or 30.
Yeah.
Now with how far you guys hit wedges, I've just been like, I should update that to an actual yardage. But so as long as if you drop back to mini driver and you'll have 120 or 30 left, like I am fine with that all day long. On tour, the difference between 80 yards and 120 is a tenth of a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's no reason to drop back, like just because, but if it actually helps you mentally, anything at all on the whole, then sure, it's theoretically only a tenth of a shot you're giving up. So
there are a couple of holes we did when we did the Irish Creek one. I wrote down send to Rooney in my yardage book.
Love it.
I actually drove it really well last week.
Good.
I mean, I had like 1 or 2 foul balls.
Good.
So the confidence was definitely very helpful to not even have to think about during the practice round, like being able to walk up to a tee box during the practice round and know like, this is the shot. This is the shot I need to hit.
Well, as easy as this sounds, taking each morning before, like, get to the course in your car, do a full 10-minute meditation, but while you're doing it, normally you're trying to not think at all. Really be trying to like get those thoughts of I'm confident, I drove it well. Literally replay those drivers, as many as you can remember in your head. I did this. Yeah. And again, I would do that as close to your like tee time and warming up session as I possibly could. And then you've got to really consciously while you're out there, and maybe that'd be like a note to put on your pin sheet every day. I did this. I mean, just where you're constantly reinforcing that idea. And then when you hit a foul ball, you're like, well, yeah, I mean, it's golf. I hit foul balls.
The only thing that has got to happen this year, Ben, is and Scott, when he played in his qualifier at Crown Isle and Vancouver Island, round 2, he shot 70, which was even, and he had 15 provisional tee shots. and I found 14 of them. and I didn't even get a thumbs up in the video for that.
Well, let's don't meditate on that one. Let's meditate on how you drove it last week.
Tomorrow's round 1. And today we tried to play a practice round. We got 6 holes in, number of rain delays. We just kind of decided, like, I think the best thing I can do is just get home, get through my recovery, taking some fully charged batteries into the round tomorrow. This could end up being a turning point for me because I've been in a pretty dark place with my game for the last however many months, and the last month or so I've felt really solid.
At this level, there are really good players, and then there are really good players that take advantage of their strengths and they really, really minimize their weaknesses. Their skill level lets them get that hole back under control, minimize the damage. Bogeys happen, but pars and birdies are what get it done. And we're gonna make a bunch of them this week.
Same strategy I take into every event. I mean, the decade strategy, we're gonna be sticking to it pretty aggressively. If like with the talent that we're bringing this week, if we just hit every shot to the decade place every time for the whole week, I have a hard time seeing where it's really gonna go wrong.
WIN. What's important now? 7:11 a.m. Tee time 7:20. I think we try our best to hit as few golf shots as possible today. And I love golf, so that's going to be hard for me to do. But
Let's hit the least number of anybody.
that's a good idea for the week.
Thank you. Wally? We're supposed to. How's it going? I'm Ben. Josh. Josh, good to meet you. Ben. Ben.
off on the tee from Shawnee Kansas, Ben Hayden.
Number 10 here. There's trouble on both sides, but it's very, very wide. This is probably a 75-yard wide playable area. And it looked so narrow to me when I was hitting that tee shot. I was so nervous. My heart was absolutely jumping out of my chest, but we piped it right down the middle. Maybe a little bit of adrenaline on this wedge shot. Didn't want to leave it short. About 35 feet past. Maybe gave this one a little bit extra first putt of the day. Relatively stress-free par on the first. Hit this drive really well. Just a little bit left of where my target was, but still in the fairway. With an iron into this par 5 green. Did not want to miss right. It's a pretty harsh slope over here, but fortunately it was kind of soft this morning. Didn't get too bad of a bounce. We wound up in a little old divot, like a hole. Had to kind of dig it out. Wasn't quite able to hit the chip I wanted. Squirted out left, but on the green putting for birdie. Not able to knock in the birdie putt, but another relatively stress-free par. Still want to make birdie when you have an iron into a par 5, but just bad break getting that tough lie off the green.
How do you think he's feeling so far?
Good.
Good.
Yep, really good.
18-footer up the hill there, and Jalen pointed out that kind of reaction there is pretty draining. So I did try to limit those type of reactions during this tournament. That was just an exceptionally difficult putt to swallow. This tee shot was giving me nightmares. I've hit a lot of balls into those left trees, trying to avoid the right trees because the out of bounds is over there. Fortunately, the mini driver, very confident in it this week. Back-to-back putts for your boy. Putter really starts to feel like it's heating up now. And you're probably noticing I'm not using the lap putter. That was just a decision that I made based on just not enough putts going in the hole from, 5 to 15 feet. Not seeing a lot go down. Now my speed control was fine. Short putts were okay, but just not making a lot of makeable putts. So that's why we put the heel shafted putter in the bag this week. That, if you'll notice, was my first left swing of the day. Now, the left swing is kind of it's just not fun for me. It's kind of tough for me to bounce back from that mentally. This, a very nice recovery shot from that left miss. Again, putter feeling hot, but this one just didn't quite fall. Still, speed control good, so feeling confident in the putter still. Now, the issue I'm having here, I needed to get a full turn. And when I don't turn fully, then that face comes in shut to the arc. And the ball just gets left and goes left. Settling into tournament competition, you start to go back to what's comfortable instead of what's right. tough bogey here, but again, still feeling very good with the putter. That speed control was great. Still fighting against that lack of a full turn. And a pretty tough break here. Left with a long plugged bunker shot. Kind of just had to give this the full gas to get it out of the bunker. Started rolling towards the pin, which was nice. But it did creep off the green, leaving ourselves a kind of an awkward putt up over a little slope here. Reed turned out to be pretty good, but just a little aggressive. Now 3-footer for bogey. More like 2 feet, but still, just a little bit more stressful of a bogey than I would have liked on that easy par 3. And this is the swing where, you know, it's frustrating, obviously, to hit it over into the crap again, but this was the swing where I really kind of started to feel what the fix was going to be. So I'm really proud of, you know, how we hung in there and paid attention to the feels and tried to work something out in that situation instead of just getting mad and disengaging. Now, this again was not a very good wedge shot, but got away with it. There's a slope over here that helped us out. Just hoping to make this putt and really stop the bleeding, get going into the front nine with a little bit of momentum. About 15 feet breaking left to right. And just kind of push that one a little bit. And yeah, not a very good bogey. This is a shot that I was very proud of because I had to commit to the change that I was feeling. Did not hit a very good wedge shot to complement it. Very solid chip here, and this 2.5 to 3 footer did feel like a big momentum putt. So knocking that one in, decided to pull some energy out of that. Get excited about the holes coming up. We got number 2 here, a tee shot where I've hit one out of bounds left before, but feeling a lot of confidence in the cut. And hitting a really good drive, landing it left side of the fairway, good angle. Didn't quite get up that hill. Not my best shot, but we hit the green. Gave ourselves a try, an uphill birdie putt. This is another difficult golf shot to hit when you're feeling that left miss, so really nice tight draw. Loving that mini driver swing. This pin was tucked. Did not want to challenge it and get all the way back there. Was plenty happy with a 35 footer for birdie. JP and I went back and forth about this club a little bit, and I went with the shorter club. He suggested the longer club. He was right. Still, on this hole, just having an uphill birdie putt, I'm fine with it. Not an easy par 3 here with this water left. Right between those 2 tree trunks is where Scott told me to hit it. And I decided to get a little aggressive. put it over the cart path, but darn, what a good drive that was. That was a big old confidence builder as well. And this wedge shot. Hit it exactly the way I wanted to, exactly the yardage I wanted to carry. And this putt, I felt really good about the read. Hit my read and my speed. And it just didn't quite want to turn. Sometimes golf is like that, you know? Now we got to knock down a 2-footer for par, but par's a par. Q School is a long tournament. You do want to make birdies, though, because you need to make birdies at this golf course if you want to qualify. Another pretty sucker pin just off the back of the green here with the water long. Landed this one about 5 yards short, plenty right. Happy with that one. It's a decade target. Again, plenty happy with a tap in par. Got spooked. That's just me having rabbit ears. Probably wasn't even anything that was really distracting. And hands got quick. Olay. Got to respond by back-footing a 5-wood, trying to hit a nice little draw around the corner off of a fade lie. Put it up there pin high just out to the right. And this was a massive confidence builder for me because I felt like I had missed a bunch of putts leading up to that. I felt like I really needed to knock one down, get some momentum back, because this coming up, this next hole from the tee box that we were playing, I felt like I had a pretty big advantage. I could cover all those bunkers and get up there and have a nice wedge in and not have to stress about it. So hit a really good tee shot here. I believe about 85 yards, and I gotta be honest, I was a little frustrated with this result because I just needed to land it just a little bit right of the flag in order to get it to stick, and landed it left. It shot down this hill. I was left with about a 15-footer. Came real close to knocking it down, but again, tap-in pars are good at Q School. This one got away from me to the left just a little bit, and as you can see, there's water over there, but it's 319 to carry. Oof. Good thing I hit it far. Little 6-iron flop shot up over the tree, and somehow did not go in the bunkers. I really thought I'd made a working man's birdie here, but working man's par feels just as good, I'd say. That was not a good position I was in behind that tree over there.
Finished it even. It's pretty rocky. I was freaking cruising through those first 5, 6 holes. 200 through 5, playing good. And then that mini driver on 6, I just kind of felt a little uncomfy after that. Seeing that ball snap off to the left is never fun for me. I think I know what the deal is, but we're gonna, just in case, hit a few golf swings. I practice golf anyway, so now's a good time for it. Take a few videos, send them to Randy. I almost feel like I'm going.
That one. I like that one.
Yeah, that's the swing. What I was doing on the course was not that. That feels like I'm doing this.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I was swinging the first 6 holes.
Okay. That one looks like That
Yeah.
one looks like the right shoulder just works so nicely under your chin.
Day 2, chance of rain, potential for a delay at like 4 o'clock. So that's why we're throwing on a rain hood. Shout out to Vessel. Vessel just do an amazing thing. Good luck.
First tee ball of the day, mini driver draw off a short tee into a pretty nice wind off of the right. Very comfy tee shot. As you can see, your boy is loose. Ready to play some good golf. I really like that golf swing. I like that wedge swing right there because that to me looked like athletic, looked fluid. Didn't quite knock it down, but easy par. Good way to start round 2. That was a good bounce. Still wound up in the rough, but I think I had like 84 yards in here. And I was so petrified of going long of this flag that I'd left it 35 feet short, and then it rolled back down the slope. Pretty sweet. Getting to test the mitts out real early in the day. 40-footer up the hill. Fortunately, this is a turn more. Just slightly through the fairway, but fortunately no issues with the tree. I really thought that one dropped. I remember that feeling. That was a golf shot. And I still can't believe that putt didn't break. I did push it. I will admit to you, I pushed it. And that drive was smushed. That putt was pushed. That drive was smushed. That wedge was also smushed. I hit it right over the green. There's a bowl there. That's like the birdie bowl. You're supposed to like not be able to make bogey. And that chip landed like a sack of potatoes. Couldn't have said it better myself. But knocked down that 4.5 footer for par. I felt really good about that number. Love making birdie on that hole. Any kind of birdie on a par 3, especially if there's water on it. And wonderful drive here. A little bit of rain picking up now, but not too bad. Hit a good shot here, but I think I just pulled too much club. From 191, 6-iron was just not the club. Left with a lengthy one down the hill. And this putt released on me a little bit. That was a very satisfying 2-putt. Not one you want to walk away from with par. I'm saying get right because I want it to get right of those trees. It's underneath the pine straw, but it wasn't underneath the earth. So I did not get a drop. I just kind of had to hack it out sideways. Almost got it to the fairway, but not quite. Landed this one pin high, just shot right past. Left with a 27-footer up the hill, hit it about 4.5 feet by. Just want to make this the most stressful bogey of all time. Once again, hit one left, but smoked it. Hoping it's going to kick right off those trees. As you can see, it did not. Thinking trap draw 5 wood. It came out very low. There's nothing underneath it. Right up against a tree root. Kind of just had to decide that my golf club was going to bite the dust there. Just able to knock down an 18-footer for par like it never happened. Like that was a par. That was a par that I was pretty proud of. Never looked like par the whole time. Nice drive up the left here. The left side tends to be a little bit flatter. This wedge shot, I've just historically hit pretty good. Hit that one to 3 feet. I've made a lot of birdies on this 10th hole. Accidental draw here, but as you can see, I'm pretty happy with it. The only problem is the farther left you go, the more uneven the fairway is. So I'm off a pretty significant upslope, but put a really good swing on this 5-iron here and caught a part of the green, but 2-putt from 60 feet coming back, but that's fine. Shout out to JP. He made me hit a few putts from over there in the practice round, and that honestly made a big difference in my ability to know like what that putt was going to do, because that putt is pretty deceiving. It's not as downhill as it looks. And kind of hit it out to the right a little bit here. Stopped before it rolled down into the bowl, left with about 18 feet coming back. And it just didn't turn even a little bit. I was honestly quite surprised, but solid par, would have been a phenomenal birdie. Just a big old pull here. Caught a piece of the green, but left with a very, very long putt for birdie. About 55 feet across this green. Pretty tough one to read. And that was just a bad stroke. A bad putting stroke. Just nothing good about it, really. And hit it way too hard, so then we got to go through that whole process again. And that time just kind of wiggled it in. I mean, that very quickly could have become a 4-putt. Big shot to the hole. Right into the trees. Just I made a couple pretty tight swings. I think I got a little bit nervous, maybe. This one I kind of needed to just get it up over the trees. Wasn't quite able to hit the shot that I wanted. Had to hit it to the back of the green. And this putt down this hill was so fast and it broke so much. I'm left with a 10-footer. And that's a 6. So, 3 over in 2 holes. Just a really disappointing way to get back to even par, after we played so solid in the holes leading up to that. Didn't feel the best. Got a little too aggressive on this tee shot, tried to go too far left. Found myself in the pine straw, had to punch out into the rough. And this is a 7-iron. Did not catch it well. Was expecting a flyer, caught it a little heavy, and that ball barely traveled 170 yards. Find it in the weeds. Had to manufacture a swing so I could put a club on it, and pretty darn pleased with this effort here. Hitting that chip to 4 feet after how frustrating the last few holes had been, and then knocking down that putt, that was really good. That's something I'm going to remember very fondly from this tournament. It's putting on bug spray. It's something you can't really see in video. The bugs were getting really, really rambunctious at this event. Using the slopes, we all kind of hit it up on that hill and tried to kind of work it in towards that hole, but none of us played it like far enough, so all of us left with uphill birdie putts, which honestly, not bad. Uphill birdie putts are super makeable. I gave that one a good run, but it just didn't quite drop. Drop back to 5 wood this time. Still just made the exact same golf swing. Like, going down a club and still hitting it in the woods, it's like, doesn't really feel like you're making the best decision if you're just going to hit it in the woods anyway. This chip shot, we didn't get a very good view of it, but it was very close to working down this hill. And you'll see just how fast this shot was and how close it was to being really close. Just how far I had to move that golf ball. A lot of work for a par on the last.
There are certain situations where I tense up and I gotta really feel it. Like, it's gotta feel like an exaggeration almost.
Do you know your tee time for tomorrow yet, or is that?
No, that'll be after all the rounds are done, and I don't think everybody's finishing today. We got about 45 minutes left, and there's golfers that are on like 11. We were on 17, so we might not have our tee time until like tomorrow.
It's that simple.
It's easy here. I felt something there though. That was good. I can still feel getting around myself while like maintaining a very stable club face, and that's kind of the feel I was looking for today. Because sometimes I think when I get it moving back like this and then around like this, I have a tendency to want to like really make sure my shoulder gets through. And when I do that, I almost feel like a release that way, which could be adding some inconsistencies as well. I mean, it's like I'm swinging really good. We're just talking about little things that are at 191 ball speed going to cause you to miss a fairway every now and again. Wasn't the best like finish today, but played really good golf. Had 3 Tiger 5s in 2 holes.
You were 3 under on the back 9 at one point? You shot even.
It was 3 under through 11, yeah. And then, or 3 under through 12. And then Tiger 5 3-putt on 13. So we're even for the tournament. So 9-iron, bit the dust on 9 today. Had a ball up against a tree root. Tried to get one out of there without breaking it, but it was just impossible. We're going to a club repair shop. Apparently they have one Tour Spec X100 left.
After round 2, I didn't look at the leaderboard. I never look at the leaderboard. But we get back to the Airbnb, and I'm expecting we're going to have an afternoon tee time because I thought I was in like 30th, 40th place. And you took out the leaderboard, and you said, you're in 83rd. We're definitely going off in the morning. And that was like such a shocker for me. Like I felt like flashbang that I was in 83rd place at even par. I had no idea how easy the golf course was playing. It definitely gave me a feeling of like, I gotta go out there and do something. So stay tuned. See next time, like is the feelings I had after round 2, finding out what place I was in, I was reared and ready to go.